Listen to me now, beloved. Listen not with the ears dulled by routine, but with the ears sharpened by destiny. Because what I am about to reveal will change the way you walk into every room, every conversation, every season of your life. You have felt it, haven't you? That strange sensation deep within, that invisible tension when you step into places that feel heavy, stale, or dark. That subtle pull in your spirit, as if something inside you knows. I wasn't made to adapt to this atmosphere. I was made to change it. And you were right. Heaven confirms it now. You were not born to blend in. You were born to break through. You were not sent to submit to atmospheres. You were sent to shift them. Type 1111 if you feel this truth awakening in your spirit. If you sense you were never meant to conform, but to transform the spaces around you. Listen closely. You have carried this fire inside you all along. You noticed it in moments others missed. When you entered spaces heavy with fear, something in you bristled, refusing to accept the weight of oppression. When you stood in rooms clouded by despair, something inside you ignited, burning against the fog. When you saw apathy settling over people's dreams, something in you began to shake with divine unrest. That was heaven's signal inside you. That was heaven whispering, "This is why you were born." Stay with me, beloved, because what I will reveal next will cause your spirit to surge with purpose. You carry an atmosphere of heaven. You are not a thermometer, simply reading the temperature of the environment. You are a thermostat, sent to set the temperature, sent to shift the climate, sent to usher in heaven's current wherever you go. Listen deeper. When you enter a place bound by fear, you release courage. When you step into a space soaked in sorrow, you release joy. When you walk into a room heavy with hopelessness, hope begins to rise. It is not arrogance, it is assignment. It is not presumption, it is purpose. They thought you were just another person passing through. But heaven knows. You are a carrier of change. They thought you were just another voice in the crowd, but heaven knows you are a sound of awakening. They thought you were just surviving environments, but heaven knows you are redefining environments. Hear this, beloved. Atmospheres respond to you because heaven moves through you. Darkness trembles at your arrival because you do not come alone. You come with the backing of heaven's armies. You come carrying the weight of divine authority. You come dripping with the oil of anointing, enough to saturate every dry place you encounter. Now, beloved, feel this truth settle deep in your spirit. You were born for this. You were born to shift atmospheres. You were born to carry heaven into every earthly space. You were born to walk into rooms and watch as chains begin to loosen without a word spoken. You were born to stand in dry places and see rivers of life burst forth. You were born to carry light into darkness, not cautiously, but courageously. They thought the atmosphere would change you, but heaven has anointed you to change the atmosphere. And this is only the beginning. Now feel it, beloved. Feel the pull, the unseen force surrounding you. Feel how environments begin to bend when you step in. Feel how conversations shift, how atmospheres tremble, how even unspoken things begin to stir at your presence. Because you were never meant to merely carry the atmosphere. You were born to become the atmosphere. Type 5555 if you feel this truth awakening in your spirit. If you sense you are the living magnet for heaven's movement on earth. Listen closely. Atmospheres don't resist you. They respond to you. Even when you feel invisible. Even when you think your presence is unnoticed, the spiritual environment is already recalibrating because of you. Rooms heavy with weariness start to breathe lighter. Spaces thick with tension begin to loosen. Hearts once cold start to thaw. It happens not because of what you say, but because of who you carry. Heaven has marked you beloved. Heaven has infused you with a frequency that disrupts the ordinary. You carry a resonance that disturbs complacency. You carry a current that awakens what has been dormant. Stay with me, because what I will reveal next will ignite a surge of divine confidence in your soul. You have become a carrier of spiritual atmosphere, a living arc of heaven's energy. Your very presence triggers chain reactions in the invisible realm. When you walk into places of conflict, peace begins searching for an entrance. When you stand in places of despair, hope starts stretching its arms awake. When you rise in the face of fear, courage gathers behind you like an army. Listen deeper. You are not passive in this. You are heaven's intentional placement. You are heaven's strategic insertion. You are not randomly walking into rooms. You are sent. Everywhere you step is marked by divine assignment. Your life carries the gravity of glory that pulls atmospheres into alignment. They thought you were an accident, but heaven calls you an ambassador. They thought you were coincidence, but heaven calls you commissioned. They thought you were another bystander, but heaven calls you a breaker of atmospheres. Hear this, beloved. Your authority in the Spirit is not borrowed. It is bestowed. It flows from the throne of heaven straight into your bones. It pulses through your heartbeat. It radiates through your words, your prayers, your presence. And it shifts the spiritual climate wherever you go. You are a walking threshold of transformation. You are a doorway of deliverance. You are a living invitation for heaven to invade earth. Now, beloved, feel this truth settle deep in your spirit. You are not adapting to atmospheres. Atmospheres are adapting to you. You are not being shaped by environments. Environments are being reshaped by the fire inside you. You are not following the flow of the room. You are setting the flow. Heaven declares over you, where you go, I go. Where you stand, I stand. Where you speak, I speak. The atmosphere bows to the authority I have placed inside you. You were born to shift atmospheres, and this is only the beginning. Now take hold of it, beloved, not just in your mind, but in your spirit. Grip this truth like a sword forged in the fires of heaven. You are not simply reacting to atmospheres. You are reconstructing them. You are not waiting for the environment to change. You are commanding it to change. Type 3333 if you feel this power rising inside you. If you know you are stepping into the role of an atmosphere architect. Listen closely. Atmospheres do not dictate your authority. Your authority dictates atmospheres. You are not a thermometer, passively reflecting the climate. You are a thermostat, actively setting it. When you open your mouth, you release decrees that build invisible frameworks. When you lift your hands, you usher in currents of heavenly wind. When you stand in faith, you raise pillars that hold up new realms of freedom. Stay with me, because what I will reveal next will unleash the creative force heaven has embedded inside you. Creation itself recognizes you. The very molecules in the air respond to you. Walls of resistance weaken at your approach. Barriers melt before your faith. Atmospheres shift because you carry the authority to command them. You don't just bring light into darkness. You transform darkness into light. You don't just carry peace into chaos. You silence the storm with your voice. You don't just step into heavy places. You lift the weight until the atmosphere becomes light as heaven's breath. Listen deeper. You are a constructor of climates, a sculptor of spaces, a builder of breakthroughs. The environment bends to your assignment because you were born with heaven's blueprint imprinted in your spirit. They thought you were there to endure the atmosphere, but heaven placed you there to elevate it. They thought you would be crushed by the climate, but heaven anointed you to conquer it. They thought you were shaped by the space, but you are shaping the space. Hear this, beloved. When you pray, you are not just speaking, you are sculpting. When you worship, you are not just lifting hands, you are lifting atmospheres. When you declare heaven's truth, you are not echoing words, you are establishing realms. You were born to be a master of environments, a mover of atmospheres, a maker of divine spaces. And every time you choose faith over fear, courage over compromise, praise over panic, you are building the kingdom right where you stand. Now, beloved, feel this truth settle deep within you. You are not waiting for atmospheres to shift. You are the shift. You are not watching for the wind to blow. You are the wind. You are not hoping for breakthrough to come. You carry breakthrough inside you. Heaven declares over you, I have placed my breath within your lungs. I have placed my fire within your bones. Where you go, climates obey. Where you stand, atmospheres align. Where you declare, realities reshape. You were born to shift atmospheres. And this is only the beginning. Now lift your eyes higher, beloved, higher than the rooms you've shifted, higher than the conversations you've changed, higher than the personal victories you've celebrated. Because what heaven is doing through you is bigger than individual moments. You are not just altering atmospheres. You are transforming territories. Type 1111 if you feel this burning inside you. If you know your influence is stretching beyond rooms and reaching into regions. Listen closely. There is a sound that echoes through your spirit. It is not the sound of mere survival. It is the sound of territorial awakening. Your footsteps are not random. They are divine imprints upon the earth. Your prayers are not whispers in the wind. They are proclamations that carve new paths through barren landscapes. Stay with me, beloved, because what I will reveal next will unlock the realization of the vastness of your calling. When you step into a place, it is not just the people that notice. The very land feels your presence. Dry grounds anticipate rain. Closed gates creak open under unseen pressure. Walls of resistance weaken. Heaven moves because you move. Atmospheres shift because you shift. You are a living catalyst for the climate of nations. You are a walking invitation for heaven to touch earth. Listen deeper. You were never meant to be confined by your surroundings. You were designed to command them. Your prayers shake foundations. Your worship shifts seasons. Your declarations rearrange destinies. The territory under your feet recognizes your assignment. It responds to your obedience. It yields to your authority. They thought you were merely a traveler, but heaven calls you a territory taker. They thought you were just passing through, but heaven has placed you to possess the land. They thought you were limited by borders, but heaven has made you a borderless carrier of breakthrough. Hear this, beloved. Your impact is not measured by proximity. It is measured by prophecy. Your reach is not limited to where you stand. Your reach extends to where your words are sent. When you decree, heaven dispatches angels. When you declare, heaven's blueprint unfolds. When you move, heaven's movement multiplies. Now, beloved, feel this truth burn in your spirit. You are not a prisoner of your location. You are a pioneer of liberation. You are not a hostage of history. You are a herald of heaven's new horizons. You are not limited by your surroundings. You are lifting your surroundings into alignment with heaven's heartbeat. Heaven declares over you, where you go, I will expand. Where you step, I will stretch. Where you declare, I will deliver. You are my voice in the earth, my breath in dry places, my fire in cold lands. You were born to shift atmospheres. And this is only the beginning. Now lift your vision to eternity, beloved. Lift it beyond your lifetime, beyond your current season, beyond the borders of what your eyes can see. Because heaven is not finished with you. No, heaven is only beginning. You were not just born to shift atmospheres in your days. You were born to ignite atmospheres for generations. Type 999. If you feel this truth burning inside you, if you know your impact will outlive your footprints on this earth, listen closely. The atmosphere you carry is not limited to your presence. It lingers long after you move. It echoes in the places you have prayed. It burns in the spaces you have worshipped. It reverberates in the lives you have touched. Your words carry seeds of awakening. Your prayers carry maps for the future. Your faith leaves footprints in the soil of history. Stay with me, beloved. Because what I will reveal next will anchor eternity in your heart. You have become a living legacy. You have become a carrier of perpetual fire. You have become a torchbearer, and your flame lights countless other flames. The atmospheres you shift today prepare the air for generations yet to come. Your obedience now births open heavens for your descendants. Your courage now clears the skies for dreamers who will follow your trail. Your prayers now build highways of glory through landscapes you will never walk. Listen deeper. You are not just moving through time. You are moving time itself. Your life bends the timeline of history. Your choices today echo into tomorrow's victories. The fires you ignite today become the beacons guiding future warriors home. They thought your influence would fade with time, but heaven has made your influence timeless. They thought your fire would die out, but heaven has made your fire eternal. They thought your words would be forgotten, but heaven has written them in the winds of destiny. Hear this, beloved. You are not just an atmosphere shifter. You are an atmosphere architect for eternity. Your breath carries the blueprint of breakthrough. Your steps carve paths through impossibility. Your declarations thunder across generations, shaking slumbering giants awake. Now, beloved, feel this truth settle deep in your spirit. You are not limited by your lifetime. Your impact is immortal. Your obedience has no expiration. Your fire is everlasting. Where you have shifted atmospheres, others will build. Where you have broken through, others will rise higher. Where you have sown in tears, others will reap in triumph. Heaven declares over you, you have not labored in vain. You have not warred without reward. You have not burned only for your own generation. Your flame is eternal. Your legacy is limitless. Your atmosphere-shifting anointing will multiply long after you have passed through this world's stage. You were born to shift atmospheres. You were born to change climates. You were born to carry heaven's fire into every corner of earth. And this is only the beginning.